Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Ginger of the Week. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is the segment of the show where I expose a ginger and cover its shame. The first ginger I have for you is Jordan Horner, better known these days as Jamal Uddin. Now, he joined a group called the Muslim Patrols. I wonder if anyone remembers this back in 2013, 2014. I'll tell you a little bit about them. The Muslim Patrols were a group of vigilantes who patrolled the streets in East London from 2013 to 2014. The individuals were young Sunni Muslim men, members of an organisation calling itself the Sharia Project. Early in 2013, videos of their activities filmed by members of the patrol were uploaded online. These showed hooded members confronting passers-by and demanding that they behave in an Islamic way in London. They targeted prostitutes, people drinking alcohol, couples who were holding hands, women whom they considered to be dressed immodestly, and harassed others whom they perceived as being gay. 5 men were arrested in January 2013 as part of an investigation into the gang. One video uploaded to YouTube was viewed more than 42,000 times before it was taken down. In it, the gang confronted people shouting, "This is a Muslim area," at them. The hooded men are seen forcing people to empty their alcoholic drinks down drains and instructing a group of women that they need to forbid themselves from dressing like this and exposing themselves outside the mosque. Now, Mr. Jordan Horner was one of those. What was he convicted of? The patrol targeted a heterosexual couple in Bethnal Green for holding hands, shouting at them to stop because they were in a Muslim area. Just weeks later, the patrol picked on 5 friends who were drinking in the street because it was Allah's land. 19-year-old Islamic convert Jordan Horner threatened to stab the men, while one of the patrol members shouted, "Kill the non-believers." All right. Why does this happen? It's a really interesting thing, and there was an article that explored this characteristic of gingerkind to be involved in extremist groups. It was written by Milo Yiannopoulos back in the day, and I thought I'd bring you up some quotes from it. The first one is this. Dozens of young redheads are replacing the ritual bullying of the playground with the ritual strictures of radical Islam, perhaps, at least according to some experts, as a result of the bullying and persecution they endured early in life. You've already likely made the connection between ginger hair and homegrown Islamic radicals yourself, subconsciously perhaps, from newspaper reports showing carrot top wannabe jihadis from Bradford and TV clips of Auburn brothers in East London. What you probably don't know is just how vastly overrepresented redheads are in the ranks of Islamic converts. We sampled national newspaper coverage of white converts to radical Islam published between the 5th of August 2013 and the 4th of August 2014, excluding cases where there was no evidence of extremism or radicalization. We discovered that 76% of white British converts to radical Islam had red hair. In the Daily Mail archives, 69% of white Brits lured into jihadism or the orbit of an extremist preacher were ginger. The numbers were similar for the Mirror and the Telegraph. The Guardian yielded a full 100% redhead rate for the stories we sampled. These are extraordinary numbers when you consider that in Northern and Western Europe, the average incidence of red hair in the general population is 5%. In other words, Islamic extremists reported on by the media are 15 times more likely than the general population to have red hair. As I have been warning you, gingerkind are devious and not to be trusted. As everyone who watches the show knows, I'm a liberal, tolerant sort of a person. I believe, for example, that Muslim women should be able to, it should be optional for them to wear a burqa. in public. However, I do draw the line at gingerkind. I think that the burqa ought to be mandatory for gingers of both sexes, no matter which religion they practice. So with that in mind, it is time for Simon TV to cover this ginger's shame. Hope you enjoyed that, guys. This has been Ginger of the Week with Jordan Horner. I'll be back next week with another Ginger. In the meantime, here's some more movies and some more music. This is Simon TV.